Hi everyone, this is Rick with the Tractor Channel. In this little video, I want to kind of accomplish two things here. I want to show everyone how to make the bucket mouse trap, which is really simple, and I just watched another video on YouTube and saw how people were doing this. And also, so watch the first part of the video if you just want to know how to make the mouse trap. You can bury them, you can put them in your shed, put a piece of wood up to them so the mice can climb up there. You don't have to bury them. I like the idea of burying them because just the way the situation was at my house with the mice. But in the second part of the video, now you can dig these holes with a shovel, of course, if you're going to bury it. And in the second part of the video, I just wanted to show everybody how I used an excavator to dig the hole in a flower bed. And this dirt's like super hard where I was digging. But anyways, I have a big problem with mice, and I just hate when, I've got an old car or something I want to work on, and they've got in there and they've chewed on the wires or got in your boat and put cactus in there. I love all of God's creations, but it sure makes you mad when they destroy stuff and they don't have to, because it's not like you do anything to really bother them. And I know, of course, snakes are real good for controlling the rodents, but I just want to show everybody how I built this and how the mouse trap actually worked. This is the actual video that I watched to get the idea to make this mouse trap. Sorry to get off topic here a little bit, but here's a little herd of javelina passing through on my driveway. And I don't know, I just love seeing all these animals, and this little one's really filling his oats here. So we'll get back to the topic of the video. So literally, all I did is took a Home Depot bucket and buried it in the ground. And then that way, you can take another bucket and slide it down inside of there and put your bird seed or whatever you want to put on there. I just put those little pieces of 2x4 next to it so the mice could get in there and get up next to it and look down in there. Now I also took packing tape. Now I put bird seed in the bottom of it so they could look over and see the bird seed in the bottom of the bucket. But then I just took, you can use any kind of tape. I took clear packing tape and I kind of wound it over onto itself. I left some of the sticky part with no bird seed on it, and then I just stuck it in a bag of bird seed. So literally the bird seed sticks to the packing tape, but you do leave a little bit of the sticky part left over so you can stick that to the side of the bucket. That way when they get up and they start looking at it, or they can smell the bird seed, and that's what makes them want to get into the bucket to get the bird seed. Why they do that, I don't know, but it's just a nice way, because like I said, I think if anything else were to get in there, like a rabbit or a bird, they would just be able to get out. And this way it's kind of a humane way to get rid of your mice problem. What I do is I just, when I get up in the morning and I go to work, I check the trap and see if there's any in there, and then I just take them to a desert part pretty close to my house, and I let them go, and everybody's happy. I know they're not at their old house, but it's a humane way. They get to start over, and I feel good about myself because I'm not killing something just to be killing it. So it's a pretty good way of doing it. Like I said, you can just put this in your shed, with a piece of wood going up to it. That way you wouldn't have to use two buckets. You could just use one bucket, and then they'll figure out a way to get in there. But I like the ground way, because these mice out in my front flower bed here, that's kind of how they've been operating for a while. Okay, so here we are the next morning, and I did catch one mouse, which is great. If you catch one a night, that'd be great. The night before, I didn't even know if I'd catch any more out here. I knew there was one that I saw on a camera that was still left out there, but I didn't know how many I would actually catch. And I do have a metal trap that I had been setting, and that metal trap, I caught 4 mice in one night, but it was kind of a pain in the butt, because every time I'd catch one of the mice in the metal trap, I would have to take him on a mouse limo ride to the desert area and then let him go. But this way, I'm pretty sure if you got one mouse in there, many mice would join it, and then you could just take them all on one trip in the morning. Now, I don't like leaving things out in the sun, or I don't want to hurt these guys in any way. So for me, it's a really good way to be able to catch them humanely and take them to a new area. So I hope this helps you. And of course, this is the tractor channel. So I probably should show you the hole that I dug. So if you want to see using the excavator digging the hole, just keep watching. If you're going to dig it with a shovel or not even use a hole, then you don't even need to watch any of that stuff. But I know tractor people, I'm going to be using a Cat 301.8 to dig the hole. This is what the metal trap looks like that I use. But the thing I don't like about this trap is it can only catch, usually one at a time. And here's a mouse going into it. He hasn't set it off yet, but when he does set it off, he'll shut the door will shut behind him. He won't be able to get out. But I did put some packing tape on the top of that hole where the mice they enter, because the rabbits were really wanting to get in there. And I did catch one rabbit in there, which is no big deal. You just let it out in the morning. I like to put cameras on my traps, and that way I know, if something gets caught in there. Like I said, I don't like to leave them in the traps very long, because I wouldn't like to be trapped in something like that. But anyways, that's the metal one, and those traps work really good, and they're humane also. Here's a bobcat coming by looking for dinner. Here's a big desert toad coming by in front of the camera. Here's the machine that I use to dig my hole. It's a Cat 301.8, and worked out really good because it was hot out that day. Now that machine does have air conditioning, and it also has really good lights, so I like using that machine. It's real smooth too, digging around houses or something you might damage if the machine wasn't smooth. And here I finally start the digging with this little Cat 301.8. It's got pretty good reach on it. Now this is super hard. This is natural soil. This hasn't been landscaped or filled in with topsoil. So it's super hard dirt there, and this thing really dug well. here's how we have the machine sitting there. Wanna get a look at that. So there's what this one looks like, this cage, and I'm going to put bird seed in that right there. And it's the next morning with the 5-gallon bucket mouse track. And there we go. We did catch one. So we got one mouse to haul away, nice and safe and be easy. We'll just pull that 5-gallon bucket out of here like this, and then we'll just be able to take him over to a new house. Pretty cool. Watch this video a couple times to see if you can figure out what's happening in the video. Here's a pigeon that I had for a pet for about 3 weeks. He was hurt, he or she was hurt, and lived in my backyard. So when I feed my quail, I fed this pigeon. And he was a little piglet, loved to eat. So he would eat during the day and he would eat during the night. And my backyard, actually where this pigeon is setting, has a chain link fence around it, which is actually really close to this. And I didn't know how anything could really get in here, but I'll show you this video. Now here's the pigeon right here, and if you look over here to the right, this is actually a mouse right here, and the mouse moves over this way a little bit, and then a rabbit actually comes into the picture because the rabbit was out here eating at the same time. So when I play the video, okay, you see the mouse moving across right here. Pigeon's still sitting here, and right about here, okay, did you notice that? Everything is gone. Now I'm going to run this back here. Now here's the rabbit leaving. The mouse hasn't left yet, but when this owl came in, I don't know if it's an owl or a hawk, it was pretty fast, but I think it came in to get the rabbit. I'm almost sure it came in to get the rabbit. And there's the rabbit, you know, moving it forward there. Rabbit's jumping out of the way. Here's the mouse right here. Here's the pigeon. And whatever this is that came through, the hawk or the owl, I mean, had to have gone over a chain link fence, 6-foot chain link fence, instantly down and instantly up again to be able to clear the fence. So here the pigeon is just starting to eat. He's just eating there. Here's the, let me see if I can get it to go a little bit slow and move that mouse. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get that mouse to move, but there you can see, if you watch right here, you can see that mouse moving back and forth there. You can see his eyes a little bit. Then the rabbit, somehow, I don't know how the rabbit knew the hawk was coming or the owl, whatever it was, but right here, keep going, keep going, keep going. And there the rabbit jumps out of the way. See, the rabbit jumps out of the way. Now over here, we see part of the hawk or the owl, whichever it is. Here's the mouse still right there. It'd be nice if I could freeze it on there a little bit. But there it is. There's the bird. And it takes the doggone pigeon. So unlucky for the pigeon, but very lucky for the mouse and the there you go. Here it continues to fly right there. But very lucky for the mouse and the rabbit. They both get away with that. But boy, living out here in the desert, everything's either gonna eat something or there's no, this is real life situation. It's just absolutely amazing. I love to see the animals though. I know they all have to eat, so that's a sad thing, but Pretty neat to see that. And I didn't actually see it, of course. It was caught on one of my security cameras. Please like and subscribe so you can be part of our giveaways and drawings. Thank you.